Today we're going to dig into the secrets and stories behind the classic 1952 film Sudden Fear, starring the indomitable Joan Crawford. Whether you're a die-hard fan of old Hollywood or just dipping your toes into classic cinema, this trivia-filled post will have you yearning for the golden age of film. And don't forget, if you enjoy what you're reading, hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment with your thoughts or additional trivia you want to share. Introduction to Sudden Fear. Sudden Fear is not just another noir thriller, it's a testament to Joan Crawford's versatility and sheer talent as an actress. Released in 1952, the film tells the riveting story of Myra Hudson, Crawford, a successful playwright who falls for a charming actor named Lester Blaine, Jack Palance, only to discover he's planning her demise. Packed with suspense and surprising twists, Sudden Fear remains a standout in Crawford's extensive filmography. But let's get into the nitty-gritty details that make this movie a classic worth revisiting. Behind-the-scenes insight on casting. The casting for Sudden Fear had its fair share of drama and intrigue. Originally, the role of Lester Blaine was offered to several actors who turned it down. Can you imagine Humphrey Bogart or Cary Grant as the sinister lover? Instead, the relatively unknown Jack Palance was cast, and thank goodness for that. Palance's unusual looks and intense screen presence brought a unique edge to the character, making him a memorable antagonist. For the leading lady, who else but Joan Crawford could have delivered such a performance? However, it wasn't an easy get. Crawford was initially hesitant to take on the role, fearing it wouldn't add much to her already illustrious career. But after reading the script, she was convinced that Myra Hudson was a character worth bringing to life. Production challenges. Every great movie has its own set of production challenges, and Sudden Fear was no exception. The film had a modest budget, which meant the production team had to get creative with locations and sets. Much of the film was shot in San Francisco, utilizing the city's natural beauty and urban charm to add layers of authenticity to the story. One of the more fascinating challenges was the scene involving a runaway car. This sequence was shot on a shoestring budget, requiring meticulous planning and coordination to pull off without a hitch. The end result is a heart-pounding moment that stands as one of the film's most thrilling scenes, iconic scenes and their impact. Speaking of scenes, Sudden Fear is filled with moments that leave a lasting impression. One of the most iconic is the climax, where Myra uses a voice recorder to outwit Lester. This scene not only showcased Crawford's acting chops, but also became a benchmark for suspenseful storytelling in cinema. The film's use of shadows and lighting also deserves a mention. Director David Miller masterfully employed these elements to heighten tension and create a visually stunning film. The shadowy alleyways and dimly lit rooms serve as characters in their own right, adding to the film's overall sense of dread and anticipation. Critical and audience reception. When Sudden Fear hit theaters, it was met with critical acclaim and audience admiration. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Actress for Joan Crawford and Best Supporting Actor for Jack Palance. While it didn't take home any Oscars, the nominations alone were a testament to the film's quality and impact. Critics praised Crawford's performance, calling it one of her best roles since Mildred Pierce. Audiences were equally enamored, flocking to theaters to witness the gripping tale unfold on the big screen. Lesser-known facts. Now, let's get into some lesser-known facts about Sudden Fear that even the most dedicated fans might not know. Joan Crawford's involvement. Crawford was incredibly involved in the production, even suggesting changes to the script and certain scenes. Her experience and intuition as an actress undoubtedly contributed to the film's success. Jack Palance's makeup. To enhance his menacing appearance, Palance wore special makeup that exaggerated his already distinctive features. This added an extra layer of creepiness to his character, making him even more unforgettable. Innovative filming techniques. The use of a handheld camera during the chase scenes was relatively innovative for the time. This technique added a sense of urgency and realism that set Sudden Fear apart from other thrillers of its era. Hidden messages. Some film historians believe that Sudden Fear contains hidden messages about gender roles and power dynamics. Myra Hudson's transformation from a love-struck woman to a resourceful survivor can be seen as a commentary on female empowerment. Real-life inspirations. The character of Myra Hudson was loosely inspired by real-life playwrights of the time, who often faced challenges in balancing their professional and personal lives. Conclusion. Sudden Fear is more than just a classic film. It's a masterclass in storytelling, acting, and cinematic technique. Joan Crawford's performance, combined with the film's suspenseful plot and innovative direction, makes it a must-watch for any movie lover. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Sudden Fear. If you did, please subscribe to our blog, hit the like button, and leave a comment with your thoughts or any additional trivia you might know. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the timeless magic of classic cinema together. Happy watching, and until next time, stay nostalgic. Bonus section: Personal review of Sudden Fear. First of all, let's just say it. Sudden Fear is a cinematic masterpiece that deserves its accolades and then some. Joan Crawford's portrayal of Myra Hudson is an absolute tour de force. The sheer intensity she brings to the screen had me mesmerized. I found myself rooting for her one moment and gasping in shock the next. Her ability to navigate the complex emotional terrain of a woman scorned and in danger is nothing short of remarkable. One of my favorite scenes is undoubtedly the tense dinner party where the nefarious plans begin to unravel. The atmosphere is thick with suspense, and you can cut the tension with a knife, especially when Myra begins to piece together the truth about her charming but duplicitous husband, portrayed masterfully by Jack Palance. The way the camera lingers on Crawford's face as she reveals her dawning horror is a masterclass in close-up acting, and I found myself holding my breath, awaiting her next move. Another standout moment for me was the climactic chase through the fog-laden streets. The use of handheld cameras was not just innovative but transportive, making every corner turned and every shadow lurking feel like a heartbeat away from disaster. Watching that scene felt like being in one of those frustrating dreams where you're running but can't escape the danger, utterly gripping. Beyond just entertainment, Sudden Fear explores deeper themes that resonate long after the credits roll. The nuanced portrayal of Myra's fight for agency in a world that seeks to overshadow her is refreshing and leads to fascinating discussions about gender roles in the 50s. I found myself reflecting on how much things have changed and how much they haven't, all while being completely engrossed in the film. Trivia time. Did you know that Joan Crawford was heavily involved in the production of the film? She not only poured her heart into the role, but also had a say in many of the film's creative decisions. Talk about taking charge. This film truly showcased her as a pioneer not only in front of the camera, but also behind it, paving the way for future actresses to assert their artistic vision. In conclusion, Sudden Fear had me on an emotional roller coaster, leaving me exhilarated and haunted in equal measure. If you haven't yet experienced this gem, grab some popcorn and settle in. You won't regret a moment of it. Today we're going to dig into the secrets and stories behind the classic 1952 film Sudden Fear, starring the indomitable Joan Crawford. Whether you're a die-hard fan of old Hollywood or just